There are very few pieces in choral music that have to do with war and actually have to do with particularly the issue of World War I or World War II. The two that come to mind are the Benjamin Britten War Requiem and the Tippett Child of Our Time. 2 days after World War II began, he began this piece. Sir Michael Tippett had a great deal of belief in social justice. Growing up as a gay man in the 1930s and 20s and 30s in England and having been persecuted, he understood this persecution. A very interesting point in the 1930s when he wrote this piece, struggling young composer and conductor, he wasn't very well known. And he started changing how he wrote at that time, because up till then he's one of these composers that didn't like what he had written up to this point, and he basically took all of his music and destroyed it prior to this. So this was somewhat of his new style of writing that he wanted to be known for, and it has been a fabulous, fabulous success. This piece grew and grew, and what was groundbreaking in its design. First of all, he wanted somewhat of an oratorio, so he consulted what we consider maybe one of the most famous oratorios of all times. He looked at Handel's Messiah and liked how it laid out and looked at the structure, and he wanted to imitate that with this piece. Of course, then he looked to another inspirational composer, J.S. Bach, and he wanted to imitate the idea of the Passions. Well, in this particular piece, the Passions, rather than put chorales in, German chorales, would have been very awkward. He happened to be listening to a radio and heard an African-American spiritual steal away, and immediately thought, I can make a fabulous comparison between how the slaves were treated in America and what kind of misery the Jewish people are going through in Germany. And so he thought, how do I combine these two? So in the place of these chorales, he puts these very heartfelt spirituals. This is a program where you have to bring your intellect and you have to bring your soul too, because this is going to tug at you. It's going to drag you out emotionally. It will require you to reflect upon who we are and where we've come from, and frankly, where we're going. This is a piece that you do not want to miss. This is a musical experience. As we say this year, music, the essence of life, this is indeed a piece that lives up to that billing.